Hello everyone, welcome to my video. Today I'm gonna talk about an example that relate to our previous lesson, that is VLAN and inter-VLAN routing. So let's start. Here is the exercise title: Small Company Networks, VLAN and inter-VLAN routing setup. So look at our scenario first. They said that you are hired as a junior network engineer for a small company with 3 departments. VLAN 10 for department HR, VLAN 20 for department IT, VLAN 30 for department finance. Each department has its own PC connected to a single switch, which connects to a router for internet and inter-VLAN communication. So our task today is to create VLAN on the switch, assign switch port to the correct VLAN access port, configure trunk between switch and router, set up router on a stick, VLAN routing using sub-interfaces, and the last is test connectivity between VLAN. So before we build the lab, we need to think first that what IP address should we use with VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30, and the IP address for sub-interfaces. But for this exercise, we use only one router connect to one switch. So our sub-interface just only 3 sub-interface because we have 3 VLAN. So let's consider about IP address for sub-interface first. So you can note here that sub-interface now for VLAN 10. So I want my network use IP like 10.10.10.0/30. So here for VLAN 10, so we can use one IP address in this rank for our sub-interface IP, just like default gateway. So I'm gonna choose 10.10.10.1, and for subnet mask 255, 255, 255, 200 and 0. So for VLAN 20, I want to use 10 plus 10 plus 20 plus 0/3. So our sub-interface 10.10.20.1 255, 255, 255.0, and VLAN 30 also 10 plus 10 plus 30 plus 0/30. Oh, /30. And for sub-interface, I'm gonna use 10.10.30.1 255, 255, 255, and 0. So here this 3 is for sub-interface. Now just think about VLAN 10, VLAN 20, and VLAN 30. So for VLAN 10, we will use IP that start with 10.10.10.0/30, and VLAN 20 10 plus 10 10.10.20.0/30. For VLAN 30, 10 plus 10 10.10.30.0/30. So let's go to our lab. I'm gonna use Cisco packet tracer to do this lab. So firstly, we need to choose one router one switch and connect to 3 VLAN. So for one VLAN I can use one computer or PC or more computer like we wish, but today I just use only one. So let's use cable to connect it. Just make it easy. I am use automatically connection here, here, here. So we can note something that make sure for laptop 0 for VLAN 10, PC 0 for VLAN 20, and laptop 1 for VLAN 30 by drawing here. I'm gonna draw here. Okay. So just write down something that makes sure you are not forget when you configure. So VLAN 10.10.10.0/30. I copy it. VLAN what? Okay. VLAN 20. 10.10.20.0/30 and VLAN 30 10 plus 10.10.30.0/30 here. Now like what our boss want, so just configure it. Everything is fine. Now look back to the inside. They want us create VLAN. Create VLANs on the switch. So here we have 3 VLAN. VLAN 10, 20 and 30. HR, IT, Finance. So let's start. Here firstly we need to go to global mode and VLAN 10 name. Here I forgot. VLAN 10 HR, VLAN 20 IT, VLAN 30 Finance. HR, VLAN 20 IT. Oh, I forgot. Name IT and VLAN 30 name Finance. Here we can use command to show our VLAN by show VLAN brief. Here we have 3 VLAN, VLAN 10 HR, VLAN 20 IT, VLAN 30 Finance. So our next step is assign switch port to the correct VLAN access port. Here they want our VLAN to go to the PC at each VLAN, each apartment. So from switch to laptop 0 we use interface FA0/2. So we can go to that interface. Firstly we need to go to global mode first. Interface F0/2 switch port mode access. Switch port access VLAN 10. Here we can use command to show VLAN brief. Here we can see that VLAN 10 name HR is go to the PC by port FA0/2, and after that we need to do with other device too. For VLAN 20 we use interface F0/3. So So we can go to global mode. Interface 0/3 switch port mode access switch port access VLAN 20, and for VLAN 30 we use port F0/4. So we can go to that port interface F0/4 switch port mode access switch port access VLAN 30 here. After that we can check it. So VLAN trip. Here we can see that VLAN 10 name HR is activated by port F0/2 and other is following the exercise 2. Now let's move to next task is configure trunk between switch and router. Okay. For now, they want us to allow our VLAN, it means 3 VLAN, to go to the router. So from switch to router, we use interface F0/1. So just go to that interface first. Interface 0/1. And we need to use trunk port because trunk port carry multiple VLANs. So switch port mode trunk. Switch port trunk allow VLAN 10, 20, and 30. Here, because of trunk port is allow multiple VLAN, so just in the first F0/1 we can use 3 VLAN on it, so it's easy. Now let's move to next task. They want us set up router on a stick VLAN routing using sub interface. So we config from switch to router, but now they want us config from router to switch. So you can go to router, and firstly you need to create sub interface, because sub interface just like a bridge that allow our multiple VLAN can talk to router. So we need to create sub interface. So from router to switch we use port G0/0. So we need to go to that interface G0/0 and we start the port by command no shutdown. Now let's create sub interface. Interface interface 0/G0/0.10. Here by this command we can create sub interface G0/0.10 for VLAN 10, and after that we use command encapsulation .1q10. Here this command is for permission. After that we put the IP address 10.10.10.1 255.255.255.0. No shutdown. So now for VLAN 10 to router we completed it. we can test the connectivities now by ping from laptop 0 to the router. But before we can ping, we need to assign the static IP address and subnet mask and default gateway. For IP address, I'm gonna use 10.10.10.2. Subnet mask is the same, 255.255.0. And for default gateway, it's like our IP address at sub interface. So 10.10.10.1. Here, let's start ping and .10.10.1. Here, our ping is successful. So yes, our step is valid. Now let's create other sub interface for allowing Vlan 20 and Vlan 30 also. So okay, it's the same. We can go to global mode, go to the interface G0/0.20 because we create the sub interface for Vlan 20 and encapsulation .1220 IP address 10.10.20.1 255.255.0 no shutdown. And for now, sub interface for Vlan 30 interface G0/0.30 and encapsulation .1230 IP address 10 plus 10 plus 30 plus 1. Oh, I'm sorry that I say plus. It dot 255.255.0 no shutdown. Here we finish our task on switch and our router. Now we go to the final step, that ping verify our connectivities. So here let's start with PC0. For PC0 is used in Vlan 20, so we need to go to set the static IP first. I'm gonna use 10.10.20.2 255.255.0 gateway 10 plus 10 10.10.20.1 here. Now laptop 1 for Vlan 30 IP address 10 plus 10 plus 30 plus 2 255.255.0 and gateway .1. Here let's start ping. Now I stand at laptop 1 in Vlan 30. I want to ping to my sub interface IP. It's just like default gateway, and I will ping to another Vlan also. First ping 10 plus 10 plus 30 plus 1 dot. Oh, I'm so sorry that I said slash. It dot, not slash. I got confused. I'm sorry. Here, our ping is success. Now let's ping to another Vlan. 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 2. Here, it's success also. Now 10 plus 10 plus 20 dot 2. Oh, 10 plus 10. Okay, successful. So our network connectivity is very well. So I'm gonna say